Hey guys, John here from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. Time for another exciting video because the guys at Hertz Instruments asked me to take a look at their drum sampler plugin, Hertz Drums. Let's get into it. So Hertz Drums is made by the guys from Hertz Studios. Bands like Vader, Decapitated and Behemoth have worked with them. So they know their stuff when it comes to drum sounds basically. The Hertz Drums plugin packs come with pre-processed drum sounds that sound very punchy and very mix ready right from the get-go. But despite the fact that everything is pre-processed, there are still many options in the plugin to shape your tone to your own liking. Now before we take a look at some of my personal favorite features, let's take a listen to a little demo that I created with this plugin. Here we go. Alright, that sounded pretty great, right? The drums sounded very professional, they cut through the mix and they were very punchy. I loved how they sounded basically, just a great all-around metal drum tone. Also note that I did not add any compression or EQ or any post-processing to the drums, so everything is coming from the drum sampler itself. The only thing that I did add was some Slate virtual tape machine to all the channels, just to warm things up a little bit. So all the compression and EQ and all that stuff is on the samples themselves, which is great for people who want a drum sound that sounds awesome in the mix right from the start. So you load up a drum kit and boom, it's ready for the mix. Of course you can route all the channels and samples to individual channels in your DAW so that you can process them to your liking. So that's always a very handy feature and in my opinion an essential feature for a drum sampler to have, so that's great. Now the sampler itself costs just under 70 euros, but in order to get sound from it, you will need to purchase one of the kit packs. And there are 3 packs to choose from. You've got the red, the blue, and the white kit. And there's also a bundle available with the sampler and all 3 of the packs for just under 200 euros. Each pack has 5 different kit presets that were made up from various kit pieces, combined to make kits that work well for various styles, but of course you can also create your own kits with all the available samples. Oh, and by the way, you can also load your own samples into this plugin, so that's great for enhancing the drum tones even further. The kits themselves are quite comprehensive with 2 kicks each, a snare of course, a hi-hat, and a wide variety of cymbal options such as chinas, splashes, and all that good stuff. Now for this demo I chose the white kit pack with the metal preset. That was just a great overall sounding kit for this metal demo. I really loved how it sounded. I only made some very small changes in the plugin itself to make the sound a little bit more to my liking. For instance, I added a little bit more reverb and room to the snare drum. This is very easy, by the way. Check it out. You can shape the tone of the drums even further with features like the ADSR envelope, etc. Each kit piece comes with 3 microphone options, by the way, so that you can customize the sound of your drums even further. Let's take a listen to how the different mic options sound. Each kit pack comes with 5 different snares and 5 different kicks, by the way. So if you have all 3 packs, you have a quite wide selection of drum sounds to choose from. Let's take a listen. One thing that I really like about this plugin is that there is a wide selection of articulations to choose from for all the drums. And this really helps to make the drums sound more alive and realistic, basically. More human, so to speak. For example, for the snare drum, we've got a bunch of cool articulations to choose from, like rim shot, center, and edge, but all of those also have options for the side. This is great to simulate alternating hits with both hands, for drum rolls and stuff like that, because in real life, when you hit the drums with 2 hands, both sticks will not end in the same place on the drum. So there will be a slight sound difference between the 2 hits. So this does help to make it sound more real life, basically. And the toms also have those additional articulations, which is great. The mixer is also quite handy as it has channels for each of the drums, as well as some groups that make leveling out the kit very easy. And as I said, routing all the individual drums to your DAW for individual processing is very easy because of the audio routing menu. And by the way, this plugin also has a built-in MIDI groove player. Now, I don't tend to use grooves. I like to program my drums all by hand, basically. But let's take a quick listen to some grooves. Cool. Now let's take a listen to the performance of the demo with just the drums isolated so you can hear them up close. Here we go. Alright, I think that covers most of what this plugin can do, and certainly some of my favorite features. The Hertz Drums website has some very cool and easy to follow tutorials on there that will get you started within minutes, so I highly recommend checking out that as well. I think this plugin is awesome, especially for getting great and professional drum sounds within minutes. Absolutely awesome for writing, for beginners, for professionals, whatever you can think of basically. And if you're not a huge fan of the way that the drums are processed, perhaps you can shape them yourself even further in your DAW. Now, something that I would like to see from Hertz Drums is more raw and unprocessed drums in the future, so I'm excited to see if they'll release anything like that. But for now, these will do just fine for getting great, punchy and cutting drum sounds in your mix very fast. Just drop them in your mix and boom, it sounds awesome and you're ready to go. So check out hertzinstruments.com for more information about these products if you enjoyed what you heard in this video. That's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons down below along with the bell, as that really helps the channel out. I'd hugely appreciate that. You can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers!